Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kai Jackson.
And I'm Maxine Stryker. A major leadership change at the Department of Human Services as Secretary Rafael López is resigning, citing medical reasons.
Lopez's departure follows a turbulent few months for the organization, and critics believe DHS is long overdue for a new voice at the top.
We've had a series of very bad circumstances, including a child dying in his care in the state of Maryland. We've had a DUI situation. It is exactly the right time for the secretary to resign. Frankly, should have resigned months ago.
In September of last year, 16-year-old Kanaya Ward died of an overdose while in foster care at a Baltimore City hotel, prompting an investigation and complete policy change from DHS. And just weeks before Ward's death, DHS was subject to a scathing audit, highlighting repeated issues across the entire foster care system. Throughout that process, Lopez blamed his predecessor for the issues, and lawmakers have been critical of what they call a slow response from the department.
Now, criticism of Lopez came to a tipping point last week when DHS leaders appeared for a hearing in Annapolis to address their response to those repeat audit findings without Secretary Lopez in attendance due to a medical issue.
So, Mr. Secretary, who's not here again, I'm disappointed, but there seems to be a lack of urgency, I'll say again.
We're doing the auditing. When are we doing the fixing?
Tonight, we have team coverage as Fox 45's Jeff Abel speaks to critics who say change within DHS should have come sooner.
But we begin with Mackenzie Frost and a look into where the department goes from here amid several investigations.
Months after a scathing foster care audit was published, the death of a teen girl under the state's care, and repeated calls for leadership change, the Department of Human Services will get a new secretary. But what, if any, policy shifts will emerge as a result of this shakeup remains the question. Calls for Rafael López to be replaced as leader of the Department of Human Services have been echoing throughout Annapolis.
Here's the thing. Somebody died. Somebody died under his watch.
Monday, in a holiday afternoon news release, Governor Wes Moore announcing Lopez will step down from his role as Secretary of DHS. Citing health reasons, Lopez says he will always be invested in ensuring Marylanders have services they need.
It's been a very tumultuous time with DHS.
Lopez has come under fire following this scathing audit filled with repeat findings showing gaps in Social Services Administration protocols to keep foster care children safe. The audit also uncovered nearly 300 children were placed in hotels. Just days after the audit's publishing, 16-year-old Kanaya Ward was found dead in a Baltimore City hotel. Ward had documented mental health issues, including self-harm behavior. Her death was ruled a suicide. Frustration among lawmakers over Lopez and DHS has been building.
We're doing the auditing. When are we doing the fixing?
It's a real shame that the secretary couldn't be here with us.
The frustration with the troubled foster care system keeps bringing me to these briefings.
DHS telling lawmakers Lopez did not attend that hearing due to illness.
Honorable Secretary Rafael López.
Though he did attend Governor Wes Moore's State of the State address the day prior.
There's been a lot of concerns, obviously, from the audit to the audit hearing, to what's happened with the response to Kanaya Ward taking her own life. So hopefully what comes out of this is some renewed accountability and ownership within the department.
After Ward's death and relentless coverage from Fox 45 News, DHS announced it was stopping unlicensed setting placements, including hotels. Delegate Mike Griffith, who spent most of his teen years in foster care, has been sounding the alarm about DHS, Lopez, and the overall management of the agency. He's pushing a bill named after Ward, with Democrats and Republicans co-sponsoring the proposal.
So this is something that every single member in Annapolis cares deeply about.
Is that still something that you believe is necessary now that we are seeing some leadership change within the department?
Well, I think it's more necessary now than it was 24 hours ago, because they did make a few changes into the department, and we don't know who the next secretary is going to be. So we got to make sure we codify these changes, codify the improvements in Kania's law.
Despite attempts to sit down with Lopez, DHS has never arranged an interview with us. But in October,
I think we're going to call up Secretary Lopez and allow him to introduce and bring up his team.
Lopez was grilled by lawmakers during an oversight hearing on that SSA audit. There, we questioned the secretary about the speed of changes.
Do you believe at the end of the day that you really have been taking all of the urgent steps necessary to save lives, given the fact that we did see a child die under your care?
Understood. At the end of the day, yes, we are taking every day seriously. We take seriously every single child's life who is in our care. And on all the issues brought up in the audit, we have been deliberate about working on every single one of them. Are we done? No.
Members of the Moore-Miller administration, I want to thank a few who are here today, our Secretary of Human Services, Rafael López.
While Governor Moore praises Lopez's work at DHS, Senate Republicans say swapping leaders isn't enough to address deep-rooted problems. Senate Minority Whip Justin Reedy, also a member of that oversight committee, says the audits from DHS are some of the worst I've ever seen. And Senate Minority Leader Steve Hershey says accountability doesn't leave with a resignation letter, adding, "We expect real reform, not just another press release." Rafael Lopez's resignation is effective in 1 week. A deputy will serve as interim secretary until April 1st as the state searches for the next leader. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.